Brennyn, man, big time moment for you today to get out there and get that start. Just what kind of the emotions that you had, like just kind of throughout the time once you were, once they let you know you were going to get the start today versus, what you've normally been doing this year coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah, I mean, I've started a lot of elimination games, so I'm just trying to take, what I did in those starts to this one and just really give my team a chance, help the zone. Get fouled for this team has been, they've worked so hard all year, so I just thought about that over and over. Once I knew it started, I was just going to give my team a chance to win.
As far as the start itself went, I mean, you seemed like you had everything working today. I mean, the ball was moving all over the place. I mean, they were just swinging at air a lot of the time, it looked like. I mean, when did you kind of know you had that kind of stuff for the day?
Honestly, from the start, I started good in the bullpen. My slider has been up and down the last month as far as having a feel for it. So it's good to have that. It's kind of my go-to today. Having that's a difference maker for me.
As as the rest of the game kind of played out, like, what are the emotions like, in that dugout? I mean, there was kind of some ebbs and flows to the game, right? You get the lead, kind of give the lead up, but this team, man, they just never quit. And like, what's it like being in the dugout when you guys are kind of putting together that rally there in the ninth?
I don't think we ride the highs and lows of the game. I think we kind of just stay mellow, and I think that's why we're able to do that in these situations. We don't let the moment get too big, and so everyone's just so positive in the dugout. And we know we're going to get done.
As you guys have now advanced as far as Louisville's ever made it in the College World Series. Like, what's the belief in this team, like, as you continue forward with the rest of this week and hopefully into the weekend?
Yeah, I think we believe. I mean, we believe since the start of the season that we can do something special. We have the tools. It's just a matter of going out and doing it.
Awesome. Get your name called today, and obviously we're able to completely respond to the challenge. Like, what's that feel like to know, like, in these big moments, like, you're the one that they call it, and you really delivered on big stage?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thankful for it. 4 years in the program. Love the coaches, trust them, so I'm glad they trust me out there in that big situation.
You've battled through a lot in your career, obviously, with some injuries and some things like that. Like, does that kind of make this a little bit sweeter to be able to kind of get out here or maybe does it allow you to enjoy it a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, being on the bench for 1.5 years makes it a lot sweeter. Just being able to be with my guys on this big stage, they're just awesome. We just another day we get to play together, so it's awesome.
When did you kind of know you had your really good stuff today? Like, at some point in the bullpen, or did you kind of feel it when you were like out on the mound? Like, how does that play out for you?
In warm-ups, whenever I got out there in the game, I knew I had pretty much my best stuff. So I was pretty confident, just throwing everything with conviction, right through Klein. So that's pretty much my mindset up there.
And when you're out there, you get maybe a little visit or whatever. What's being said out there to just kind of like calm those nerves?
Just stay through the catcher. You got this. Just basically words of encouragement, and that's kind of what I needed to hear. Just sit back and one pitch at a time, one out at a time, just tally outs for our squad. So that's pretty much what I was going on.
What's the belief level in this locker room with this group like as you guys continue on, throughout this week and hopefully into the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty unbelievable. We got awesome leaders, Kamayu, Eddie, Tucker. They just preach last 3 innings, do it, like, just keep going, honestly. Just so what, now what? So it's awesome.
And they've we've seen a lot of like the video of you talking to the team and things like that throughout the week has been replayed. Like, they've had you get up and say it again, like kind of like becoming like the real motto for this group and something that is right in front of you guys to actually achieve.
Yeah, I mean, just being here for so long. I mean, I've seen a lot of teams, so. I mean, I feel like this team just needed to hear something that like gets them fired up, and I was luckily able to do that. So we've been kind of rolling with that the rest of the postseason.
Awesome. get your name called there for the 8th inning, and came out and seemed like you were pretty much dialed in today. Like, is that kind of the way it felt to you, or what are the thoughts coming out out of the bullpen there to take the ball, and kind of how were you feeling on the mound?
Yeah, I felt good today. It was good to be able to come back out after, outing on Friday, I think it was. To be able to get back out and get another shot at those guys was a good feeling. I felt good.
Did you kind of know that you had good stuff? Like, did you feel it in the bullpen? Like, what are you, what's the mentality like when you're coming out? Like, do you know, hey, I've got good stuff today. Maybe this isn't my, maybe I don't quite feel on. Like, how does that work out?
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely tell when you're down there warming up what kind of day it's going to be. But my thing is that it doesn't matter what kind of stuff you have. You got to compete no matter what. So I really try not to think about what kind of stuff I have. Just compete no matter what.
And you talk about competing, and that just kind of seems to be like the mentality, obviously, of the whole team, but also even just the pitching staff in general. I mean, just a lot of guys with kind of that bulldog mentality. And I'm sure you take it as a compliment probably, but a lot of people compare kind of your mentality to Tucker Bivens a little bit, and we saw him on display too today. Where does all that kind of mental makeup come from?
I would say it just being beat into me as a little kid. My dad's big on the mental side of the game, but being compared to Tucker Bivens in that light is definitely a compliment, as you saw today. I mean, that's one of the bigger situations I've seen him get out of personally. But he's been in that situation so many times. But it's everyone in the bullpen. It's not just me, the guys before me, and the guys after me. I trust everyone that's running out there and getting the ball.
What's the belief level like in this locker room with this group, as you look to continue to advance, throughout the rest of the week and into the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, belief is huge. I mean, there's not a single guy that goes out on that field that I don't have full confidence in to execute whatever we need them to do, whether that's a pitcher, starter, reliever, closer, or a pinch hitter, one of the guys in the starting nine. Whatever it is that someone gets called on to do, I mean, I have full confidence that it's going to be executed.
Awesome. Didn't get to start today, but stayed ready for your moment. And, Coach has talked about it all year long, right? When the bus pulls up to your stop, you got to be ready to get on, and you were ready today. Can you just kind of walk me through what the mindset is like, kind of not knowing, it's even different than DHing, right? Because you don't really know when you might be inserted. You probably know you're going to get in that bat, but just what's the mindset like throughout the day to make sure you stay ready?
Yeah, Coach talked to me before the game and kind of let me know what was going on. So I immediately kind of changed gears into just not starting, but getting ready during the game and knowing that I was going to have a big at-bat during the game. And it kind of goes back to the first weekend in Dallas when we talked about our core and group, and everyone's going to have different roles and it's going to be switching from game to game. So I was kind of thinking about that, and I was just getting mentally prepared for that. Be for whenever he's told my name to go in there and hit it, I'd be ready. So.
You go up to the plate there, and are you looking for something in particular, like something you'd seen or something you guys had talked about in the scouting before you pop up in the box, or what exactly is the mindset and the approach up there at the plate?
Yeah, he looked like he was trying to go sinker away to a lot of lefties. So I got in there and was thinking I'll hit something over the shortstop's head. And I got a sinker kind of down and away a little bit and just drove it in the gap.
Yeah, I mean, and once you hit it, I mean, you obviously knew that you had got one, I assume. I mean, that was, you were able to kind of cruise on into second base there. Like, what's that feeling? You roll on into second, you look over at the dugout, like, what's that feeling like in that moment?
It was a good feeling. I was immediately looking at Kamayu because I knew he was going to drive me in. Like, he's been on this tournament and he's had that clutch gene in where he comes up with runners in scoring position. He's getting them in. So I was immediately like, all right, your turn. Let's do it.
And when he does obviously do it and you're able to cross, I mean, it's a huge run at that time, and obviously turns out to be a huge run. At the end of the game, like, just. What's the feeling like again, like coming back into the dugout and those type of things, and like with the rest of the way the game played out in the rally with the guys, and your teammates in the dugout?
Yeah, it's a good feeling, especially because Coach Matt gave me a role for this game and I was able to execute for him. And coming in the dugout summer with the guys is always fun, but there's still work to do at that point. So it's like you're happy, but it's like, all right, let's keep going. We got more to do. And
as you guys turn the page, like Coach always says, to tomorrow and hopefully the rest of the week, what's the belief like in this group that you can continue to fight your way up, and continue to stay here through the weekend?
Yeah, we're scrappy, and it's It's hard to beat us in the late innings. We're just going to keep coming, and we're going to keep coming at you. So it's a scrappy group, and there's a lot of grit here. So.
Awesome.